Nastasia Filipovna. They say you're engaged to Ganka? To him? No, how is it possible? I tell them all, no, I'll buy him out for 100 rubles, I'll give him 1,000, say, or 3,000, to renounce her, he'll run away on the eve of the wedding and leave his bride all to me. So it is, Ganka, you scoundrel. You'll take 3,000. Here it is, here. This is what I came with, to get a receipt from you. I said I'd buy you, and so I will. Get out of here, you're drunk, cried Ganya, blushing and blanching by turns. His exclamation was followed by a sudden explosion of several voices. Rogozhin's whole crew had long been waiting for the first challenge. Lebedev whispered something extremely assiduously into Rogozhin's ear. That's true, clerk, replied Rogozhin. It's true, you drunken soul. Come what may. Nastasia Filipovna, he cried, looking at her like a half-wit, timid and suddenly taking heart to the point of insolence, here's 18,000. And he slapped down on the table in front of her a packet wrapped in white paper, tied crisscross with string. There. And there'll be more. He did not dare to finish what he was going to say. No, no, no. Lebedev began whispering to him with a terribly frightened look. It was clear that he was frightened by the enormity of the sum and had suggested starting with incomparably less. No, brother, in this you're a fool, you don't know where you've got to, and I, too, must be a fool along with you. Rogozhin caught himself and gave a sudden start under the flashing eyes of Nastasia Filipovna. I fouled it up, listening to you, he added with profound regret. Nastasia Filipovna, peering into Rogozhin's overturned face, suddenly laughed. $18,000, for me. You can tell a bore at once. She added suddenly, with brazen familiarity, and got up from the sofa as if preparing to leave. Ganya watched the whole scene with a sinking heart. 40,000 then, 40, not 18. Cried Rogozhin. Vanka Tin and Biskup promised to produce 40,000 by 7 o'clock. 40,000. All on the table. The scene was becoming extremely ugly, but Nastasia Philippovna went on laughing and did not go away, as if she were intentionally drawing it out. Nina Alexandrovna and Varya also got up from their places and waited fearfully, silently, for what it would lead to. Varya's eyes flashed, but Nina Alexandrovna was morbidly affected, she trembled and seemed about to faint. In that case, 100. Today I'll produce 100,000. Tin, help me out, you line your own pockets. You're out of your mind. Tin suddenly whispered, going up to him quickly and seizing him by the arm. You're drunk, they'll send for the police. Do you know where you are? Drunken lies, Nastasia Philippovna said, as if taunting him. I'm not lying, I'll have it. By evening I'll have it. Tin, help me out, you percentage soul, charge whatever you like, get me 100,000 by evening, I tell you, I won't stint. Rogozhin's animation suddenly reached ecstasy. What is all this, however? Ardalian Alexandrovich exclaimed unexpectedly and menacingly, getting angry and approaching Rogozhin. The unexpectedness of the hitherto silent old man's outburst made it very comical. Laughter was heard. Where did this one come from? Rogozhin laughed. Come with us, old man, you'll get good and drunk. That's mean, cried Kolya, all in tears from shame and vexation. Isn't there at least someone among you who will take this shameless woman out of here? Varya suddenly cried out, trembling with wrath. It's me they call shameless. Nastasia Philippovna retorted with scornful gaiety. And here I came like a fool to invite them to my party. This is how your dear sister treats me, Gavrila Ardalionovich. For a short while Ganya stood as if thunderstruck by his sister's outburst, but seeing that Nastasia Philippovna was really leaving this time, he fell upon Varya like a man beside himself and furiously seized her by the hand. What have you done? He cried out, looking at her as if he wished to reduce her to ashes on the spot. He was decidedly lost and not thinking well. What have I done? Where are you dragging me? Not to ask her forgiveness for having insulted your mother and come to disgrace your home, you low man. Varya cried again, triumphant, and looking defiantly at her brother. For a few moments they stood facing each other like that. Ganya was still holding her hand in his. Varya pulled it once or twice with all her might, but could no longer hold back and suddenly, beside herself, spat in her brother's face. "That's the girl!" cried Nastasia Philippovna. "Bravo, Tin, I congratulate you." Ganya's eyes went dim and, forgetting himself entirely, he swung at his sister with all his might. The blow would certainly have landed on her face. But suddenly another hand stopped his arm in mid-air. The prince stepped between him and his sister,